Hi everyone, happy holidays. So, I hope y'all doing well, and I know y'all can see that this is no longer Smolov, and it's now Calgary Barbell 8-week program. So, by the way, if I sound tired or anything, it's because I film my voiceovers right after I work out, usually after I shower. So I'm just trying to relax right now. So basically, what happened is Smolov, the squat program was simply too much for me in terms of injury and recovery point of view. I've had left hip pain and lower back pain, and that TFL, hip lower back area for about 2 years now from sumo deadlifting and squatting, and squatting even most of the first week of the base cycle of squat program of Smolov got most of the pain back. So what's happening is, I'm not doing that anymore. It's just the frequency is fine, honestly. It's just how much volume there is and how much you're pushing to failure. And if you have one bad day, it's like really you're grinding these reps and even failing these reps. And what happened was on the week 1, day 3, I was supposed to do, how much was it? I think 310 for 7 sets of 5, and I did the first set and I was like, no, I cannot do 7 sets, and I just stopped after that. I still finished the 8 sets of 4 on my bench for 225. That was okay, but even then my bench recovery was being impacted because of the squat. So yeah, so now I'm doing Calgary Barbell 8-week program. There's also a 16-week program, but I'm doing 8-week one because it's half the length, and I'm more interested in doing a shorter program. But I might try the 16-week program in the future. So after I stopped doing Smolov for both squat and bench, I wanted to look for something that's just as high in terms of frequency for all of my lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift even, and but make sure that the volume is much lower and much more manageable. And I say more volume in terms of deadlift because I feel like more volume in the deadlift, if managed well, like heavy deadlift, and then one day with light deadlifts, and then the third day some pause deadlifts, some keep it light, but the main day that really fatigues your muscles is the heavy day. Doing it more frequently would probably induce an increase in your deadlift. And I haven't really done that much except for Greg Knuckles' 28 free programs. I did the 3 times beginner deadlift. It was a bunch of singles, and from a technique point of view, that definitely was ideal. From a recovery point of view, I'm not sure, but it was a lot of singles. So if you look up the program, you'll see. But it was a lot of practice in terms of dialing in my technique, and I liked the frequency, but I didn't like how many singles that you had to do. It was like 15, 20 sets on the week 2 or 3. So I wanted to do something similar, but more like in the regular rep range, right? So on this Calgary Barbell 8-week program, you squat 3 times a week, you bench 4 times a week, and you deadlift 3 times a week, and you do stiff leg deadlift on day 1, which I've replaced with RDLs. But you basically do all the 3 key movements a lot, right? And the sets and reps aren't so overwhelming, and the intensity is managed by how much of your 1 rep max you put in your into the program, which is your training maxes essentially. And I really like the currently day 1 that I've been through. The squats are really manageable. It was 3 sets of 3 for 305, and then which you saw earlier, and then 2 sets of 5 for 260 for me. So that was very manageable. I didn't have to really push myself too hard, and I was able to be not as anxious doing the 3 sets of 3, right? And 2 sets of 5 for 260 was a back off kind of cool down, 2 cool down sets for me. And then the bench, this program calls for a pause bench, and my bench has been touch and go, so I'm pausing, and now I feel like that will really allow me to break a short plateau I've been having and really dial in my form because I haven't really paused much of my reps recently, and doing a lot of pause bench, the competition like short pause, should be able to increase my bench and dial in my form even more. And then the SLDLs I replaced with RDLs. The RDLs, I haven't done them in a while, and I really feel them in my hamstrings, and you'll see me doing them in a while, in a bit in the video. And I also realized that when I put on a belt, it makes my mid lower back round a bit more on the RDL, and I have really tight hamstrings, so I usually go a bit lower than I like in this video. But yeah, I really feel these in my hamstrings. And one thing about the bench, pausing the bench was not as easy as I thought it was. For 4 sets of 3 for 225, it was like RP, honestly RP 8 by the last set. If it was touch and go, it would be RP like 6 or 5 honestly. But yeah, I'm liking how this program is going. And after these sets, I also did some side planks, which are in the program, which will be in this video. And I also did I have my spreadsheet open. I also did some chin-ups in between my bench sets. And I also did hip thrusts, which, help with my, I think my hip and knee pain on the left side. And then some face pulls for shoulder health because of all the pressing, and some hammer curls. I've been doing drop sets for the normal dumbbell curls, but I'm changing them to hammer curls on day 1 and day 3, and day 2 and day 4 I'm gonna do some dumbbell 21s. So to just change it up. But yeah, I'm also gonna do some bent over rows on day 2 and day 4. I don't want to do bent over rows on my squat days because I deadlift heavy on day 2. So I'm really looking forward to finishing up this week, and this program being condensed into 4 days, right? But the frequency is very high. It allows you to practice all of your lifts in different ways, right? If you look up the program, there's week 1, day 3, there's feet up bench, right? Actually, feet up bench for the entire 4 weeks. I have never done that before, so I'm interested in how that will work for me. And then there's also some touch and go bench on day 4, and then closed grip incline bench, which I've done before, not for long, but I think that will definitely help. So a lot of interesting variables in this program, and I know that some RP is in play the first half of the program, but weeks 5 to 8 there's a lot of RP, right? So really not trying to go to failure and really dialing on the form, because I tend to go hard AF on my squat sets, especially, and my deadlift sets where I go RP 10 or 9.5. So this program will definitely help. So I want to see how it works, and hopefully I will stick through this program all the way through. And now, as you can see, I'm doing some side planks. My left side plank is a lot harder than my right side. Thinking just my left side of my core is weaker. But yeah, these are not super hard, but I was definitely shaking on the last set. And please tell me if I'm doing these wrong. I'm just doing it how I think I should be doing it. But yeah, so now I'll be doing this program for the next 8 weeks. And on Smolov, I was taking more rest days in between. So the 3 weeks of the base programs will actually take 5 weeks, right? And I added in deadlift and overhead press. So in this program, I'm just following the program as is with some added in work. So hopefully this will allow me to make some progress finally in my squat, and more in my bench and my deadlift. This program doesn't have overhead press until week 5 to 8, so that's fine. Well, overhead press is not that important for me. It's been at like 175, 1 rep max for the past year, and that's fine with me. But my main focus is really the 3 main lifts. And also, if you've watched my previous videos, my home gym now is at a different place. I moved around my apartment, where the gym's now on hardwood floor instead of carpet. So in terms of squatting, Also, the squat rack and everything was on plywood with plastic under it, like a plywood with insulation. So now the wood is gone, and now it's just one extra layer of stall mats, and the gym is on hardwood floor. So squatting feels like I can push out the floor a little more. And then when I try squatting in an actual commercial gym, it felt easier there. So I think I've solved the problem with not having a stable, hard surface to push off of in terms of squatting. So, and the lighting, as you can see, is it's much better, right? So yeah, I'll be making these videos from now until the end of the program, hopefully. And if I have any issues, I'll definitely point it out in my videos. So if I stop making these videos, just watch them and I'll explain why I stopped, or what's going on in my life. And hopefully I get more watchers, viewers, and if I can help anybody through these videos, or if I can answer anybody's questions based on my experiences. I'm not a super experienced lifter, but I have some experience. So if you want any questions answered about this program and Smolov, please reach out to me. And thank you for watching me do side planks. It's very fun to watch. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.